Good morning. I'm the chairman of the Lakeshore Golf Club. I'm saying good morning for the first time in the history of the Lakeshore. We are doing this 1 week after the event. Yours truly got married after the golf tournament last week, and I was somewhat out of my mind. Anyway, we strive for excellence here at the Lakeshore, so we are doing the interview for the first time ever a week later. The 2019 Lakeshore was a Lakeshore first. It's the first time we've ever had over 100 players play. We had 108 exactly, and 29 rookies entered the field, of which 5 made the cut. We also allowed play on the first day on Friday for the first round for some 30 golfers, and that went very well. I mean, they were playing amongst the practice players, and we'll probably do that in subsequent years. This year we had a 13-year-old, Dylan Mullally, play in the tournament and make the cut. And I believe that will be a record that will never be broken. We also had an 8-year-old who got an invite into the tournament, and I believe that will be a record also that will never be broken in the history of all majors. We don't extend invitations into the Lakeshore lightly anymore. Maybe the early days we did a little bit, but after the 20th year here, getting an invite into the Lakeshore will be quite a bit more difficult. Anybody can write a check to make a wish and observe the play and partake in the festivities without playing the golf course. There's no problem with that. But you're not doing anybody any favor by playing in the Lakeshore. That's as ludicrous as saying that I'm going to go play the Masters this year, I'm going to play the U.S. Open, I'm going to do them a favor by playing in the field. So those days are long gone. All you need is a love of golf, you need to have respect for the process and the tournament, and you need to come with a good attitude to have fun. And there's a good chance the committee will probably still consider your application. It has been a tradition that we, for quite a while now, that we invite the top amateur into the chairman's cabin here, along with the winner. And I'd like to introduce this year Lizzie Pryor. Hi, Lizzie.
Hello.
By the way, is that an IE or is that a Y?
It's an IE.
Okay, we need to know that for the trophy.
No, you're okay.
And you're from, you came all the way from England.
Indeed. From Surrey, England.
Sorry, England. Did you grow up mainly playing links type golf?
Predominantly, yes. In tournament golf, it was mainly links. My home course is actually a parkland, so it's a wide variety, but all tournament golf is mostly links.
Yeah. You shot on the front 18. You shot 11 over, and you were right in position to go after a major win, but on the back, as happens to many golfers here, there's no shame. You shot 20 over from the tips. What holes really bothered you on the back?
Honestly, the front and the back, it was the 18 that messed me up. I had a 7 on the first round and a 9 on the second. I kept hitting the top of the fences and going OB, so I didn't play it very well. I definitely didn't have enough practice from the tips, so a couple of the holes got me it wasn't much of a yardage difference, it was more of the angle of the hole.
Yeah, the tips, they were unbelievable. Let me see if I got a sheet here. This is some of the scores from the tips, which is unbelievable to me, or to the committee. I mean, it's only 24 yards longer than the regular tees. But we had a 48, 34 over, 21 over, 19 over, 21 over, 23 over, 20 over, 27 over, 22, 20, 26, 22. Over par. For golfers a lot of golfers are scratch golfers who played possibly, we had, I think we had like 9 or so shot single digits on the front, and then just, I don't know what they did on the back. But anyway, you've got a wonderful game, and And if you keep it up, someday you'll be sitting in this chair, I'm sure of that.
I plan to, don't worry. I'll take him on next year.
All right. Thank you for playing. That gets us to Philip Rowe. Philip?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes. You're also from England.
Yes, different part.
And you did you play a lot of links golf growing up?
Oh yeah, my course was links. Very short, under 6,000 yards. Long Jim Barnes grew up caddying there, so there's a little bit of history there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was very natural course, designed by the elements and some sheep. It's
Right.
Yeah, it's really.
And did you actually become a pro over in Europe, or did you?
For a while, I played 7 years as a professional, and recently got my amateur status back.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Well, after this win here, you might be in trouble for that again. But
Yeah. Well,
did so when you were a pro, you were pro for 7 years. Did you play any in America? Or was it all in Europe?
some in America, but mostly in Europe. Various tours throughout Europe.
You know, I always tell a story about Phil. This is your 3rd year playing, right?
Right.
Well, he had a friend come last year who did not play in the Open, but he was here a week or two before, and he said, Phil, he says, you don't realize who Philip Rowe is. And I said, what do you mean? He says, he's got the best short game in the world. And I said, excuse me? so it's no accident you're sitting here. I mean, this is
Well, I think links courses are a good training for what you have to do here.
Yeah,
Getting
yes.
up and down on the sandy divots and
yeah.
you know, learning the marriage, as you say, of the club face and the ball.
Has either ever, I know the answer to this question, but has either of you ever seen anything like the Lakeshore?
No.
No.
It's very unique.
I've never gotten a yes to that, although the Seattle course that I designed for the first 4 years of this Lakeshore was similar. It took me 2 or 3 years to design that one. This one took me 4 months or so, 4 or 5 months. But a quick story, there was a guy here 3 weeks ago from, he was probably in his 60s, from Ireland, who on the second hole looks at me and says, Phil, he says, this is a masterpiece. He says, this is a Mona Lisa. And I said, you've only seen 2 holes. He says, I've seen enough to know that I've never seen anything like this on the face of the earth. And he said, I play golf worldwide. So, that's probably one of the best compliments that I've ever gotten for the layout out here.
You hit the nail on the head. People who love golf, I think, will love your course.
Yeah.
And everything it represents the tournament.
Yeah, that's
It's amazing what you do for the Make-A-Wish Foundation as well.
Thank you.
Really,
You know.
he's grateful for that.
to combine them both is really my pleasure. But one of the reasons why I wanted to do the jacket presentation today is there's a couple questions I had for you. First of all, Philip brought a caddy. A 6'5" caddy that had a blonde wig on. No one's ever done such a thing. He obviously lost a bet or what, or he's just an unusual cat.
He's very. I introduced him here, I think, a couple of years ago. He just came and watched, and he saw the magic right away. And then he just kept asking, "Can I come? Can I come?" And sure enough, we had actually our alumni match the morning off, and I was grateful to play my qualifying round the day before. Had the alumni match. I got home and he is there waiting for me in my blonde wig, and I was like, hang on a minute. You can't show up to a major championship like this. But he jumped in his army wagon thing, came in, and I think that was a big intimidation factor for a lot of players. I show up with a caddy.
Well, I know, and he looked like he could knock somebody else beat if you needed to do so.
And he definitely kept the nerves, kept the humor in it.
Did he actually? Did he actually carry your club on a couple of the holes?
Yeah, he had that bag on.
And you put the club in there after shots?
And interestingly, he was making detailed notes on every hole. Even if we weren't going to win this year, he was going to make really good notes, learning for next year.
Now that was the question I was going to get to. These notes, you took some notes
We're
last year.
Frame them.
You took notes last year, didn't you?
Mental notes. Not as in depth as this year.
I'd love to see those notes. We'll put those in the case, and that'll be.
We intend to make 2 copies and frame a few items and pictures as well with our kids who came along. We have a really, really good picture, and we tend to put that in the little frame case.
Well, the notes, I mean, most people come over here, and this year we had an unbelievable experience. David Steele, who's like a, I don't know, scratch golfer or something, played his rookie year, and he shocked the golfing news. He shot 3 over from the front, but nobody took him serious because he did not have experience from the tips, and he's the first leader in history of, I think, any major to not even finish the round. It's his championship round. He was 24 over 10 and 9, and I was not in the front yard, but he quietly left the premises, and we still haven't got an interview with him, by the way. The tips, though, even though it's only 24 yards, if you analyze the difference between the front and back tees at the Lakeshore, it's a different angle. You have to take into consideration, you cannot come out this golf course and just hope for the best, hit and hope for the best. You have to, and like on the bigger courses, visualize where you want the ball to land, and with what angle and how much height, if you're going to play the tips correctly. And people who don't have experience, I mean, just the subtlety of moving the tee box a few yards different. If you don't accommodate, you're going to have a long afternoon. So,
That's how I felt.
yeah. I love the magnificent game of golf. I believe, I'm fearful that what's happening on the PGA is not a plus. The equipment is becoming so dramatically different than what the previous generation played with. I mean, it's not Phil Tom talking about this. Jack Nicklaus said this about 20 years ago, that the ball is too lively. For a lot of the great players, it's a driver wedge on almost every hole, and that's very unfortunate. But here at the Lakeshore, equipment has nothing to do with it. Well, it has a little bit to do with it. You got to get the right angle of the wedge. But it's a one club event. Severino Ballesteros was my hero growing up, and his dad taught him with one club. Said he taught his son Javier Ballesteros to play with one club, and I just like daylight baseball in Wrigley Field, which they changed, which they should have never done. We will never change the one club aspect of the Lakeshore. So, that being said, it's my pleasure to give you your first jacket, of which I believe there'll be more than one in your career.
We will see.
Yeah.
I honestly wasn't expecting to win this year, but I just hung in there on the difficult back nine.
You're the epitome of what we want to win the championship at the Lakeshore. Somebody that actually doesn't just come over here and just by the seat of their pants try to play this difficult golf course. You analyze it and you look at it from the challenge. And I more than playing the golf course, I love to see great players try to tame this monster, because it can't be done. It can't be done. You can have some successes, but no, the moment you think you got even one hole figured out, it's all of a sudden you'll go through a month where you can't play that hole anymore. So anyway, let me give you your first jacket. Congratulations, dear Phil. There's Philip Rowe, the 2019 Lakeshore jacket winner.